Welcome to our presentation on refillable cartridges for Epson printers. We're going to go through the T24 and the T26 cartridge types. These cartridge types fit printer models XP 600, 605 series, or they fit XP 750, 850 series. With our cartridges, or refillable cartridges to be more specific, we offer them with options. One, you can just take the set of cartridges and you can use your own ink to fill and to use. We don't normally recommend that, but that's your choice. We would prefer that you take the cartridges in kit form using our inks, and we can supply you with two different types of ink. This is our colour matched ink. It's a dye based ink and it is specific to printer manufacturer. That means it's a general ink. This ink here is an archival quality ink, which is specific to manufacturer and printer model. This ink resists fade for up to 85 years, and we call it no fade. You just catch that on the label there. I would make the point that you can see our CP label. We also work very, very closely with a couple of companies who we trust, and occasionally you will see we will supply the same ink in a different label. If you notice a similarity of labels, so don't be surprised which one you get. In addition to that, we have recently introduced some different size bottles. Believe it or not, these bottles fit better in a container that we store in, and that's the only reason that we've made that change. So let's get into it. I want to show you the two-part piece on the ink bottle, because people do get confused with it. All of our bottles of ink are supplied with a foil seal. Now we either bring them in like that or we seal them ourselves, depending upon what ink we're supplying. So when you're using, you pierce this foil. The top is a two-part top. There you go, you have a nozzle. And what we also do, when you buy the kit, we supply you with an elbow. Very difficult to see and my fingers are fiddly. There we go. And all we do there is simply pop it in the top, and there you have a nice elegant way of pouring ink into your cartridge. Let's pop that billy-do back there. We've covered the ink. Now let's just quickly have a look at a refillable cartridge, how you're going to use it, and then we're good to go. Refillable cartridge. Supplied with an air bung. Sometimes we take this out, sometimes we leave it in. Supplied with an ink bung. This is always in. Supplied with a bottom cap for this particular cartridge type that simply comes off, or if you need to, you pop it back on. And I would make the point that you should keep this. I wouldn't go throwing this away. And then you also have a chip, an auto reset chip. So just take you through that outlet again. It comes off easy, and when you pop it back on, you just simply relocate it and it'll clip back into place. To fill the cartridge, simply take out the air bung. It's not needed. Pull out the ink fill bung. Take the ink and pour. Now these cartridges have a foam in, and as you can see, as the ink goes into the empty well, empty void, the ink is transferred or absorbed into the foam, and that's the process you're seeing now. No mess, simple to do. A little bit of patience, but you can see the process. You can see that ink going into that foam or that sponge, call it whatever you will. And you can also see the ink level falling as it's absorbed into the sponge. So if we bob a bit more ink in there, that will do for now, for the purpose of this. Simply remove, no mess. your bung back in, and that's it. You would remove the bottom clip here and you would pop it into your printer and away you go. And that simply is a refillable cartridge. I would make the point before we close this presentation that this air bung, it is vital that this air hole is open. If you've used cartridges, you will have a tear-off tab. That tear-off tab is purely to allow air to flow and circulate through the cartridge. If you don't have air circulating through the cartridge, you'll create a vacuum and you will not get any ink coming out. And that is our presentation for those particular cartridges. Thank you.